Welcome back to the Journeyman save on FC25. We have the second half of the season to crack on with now. After a strong transfer window, we're looking to actually keep ourselves in touch with the top two in the Bundesliga as the title fight has livened up a little bit. We're just past the halfway stage in terms of league games played. And of course we have the knockout stages of the Europa League to come a little bit later on in the season as well. We start with 5th placed Stuttgart, who are obviously a side that we nearly signed for, but we ended up at Frankfurt instead. And then as we push further through the month, Augsburg, Nürnberg and St. Pauli, before then the next two games we'll play being Wolfsburg and Dortmund. Hopefully results go away in the other games. I'm sure they will, given the strength of our side now at this stage of the season after that most recent transfer window where we did some good business. I feel I'm pleased with the growth of the squad and how things are cracking on, and we've really recovered things a little bit in the league, although obviously everyone else has picked up victories over the day before we've got to this game for us, so we are now a little bit further away from top. But win against Stuttgart, we'll be back where we were, but you can see the form. 5 wins in our last 6 games and 2 wins prior to that as well. We haven't lost a game since the 5-2 drubbing of Leverkusen. Of course, we battered them, albeit with a red card, in the last episode. So we saw, or the episode before last, we shall crack on with Stuttgart today. Saying thank you to Connor, Adstar and Obaid on the ball behind me for their continued support on stream. Do come and join me live. There'll be a link in the description, of course, to the Twitch channel and to the YouTube live streaming channel. I think for FC26 I might just live stream on the main Chesnoid gaming channel, in all honesty, but we shall be on the Chesnoid live channel for the remainder of this cycle. For now though, let's go and crack on with the Stuttgart game. Join me away from home. Stuttgart do have a very decent team. Marsambuka in goal for them. Carmona, Steryu, Szabo and Chambers at the back. Then Stiller and El Ainawi in the midfield. Kendry Paz, Martin Batterina, Andreas Skov-Olsen and Konrad Harder up top at striker, who looks like he's very bloody good indeed. They've got some options on the bench that are okay, including a Bada, but we're at full strength other than Lukeba because his stamina's shite. Callum Doyle comes in for him. Other than that, we are as good as we possibly could be, and hopefully the results will be as good as it possibly could be, and we'll get ourselves 3 points and continue the charge towards hopefully challenging at least for the Bundesliga title. Lino looking through there for Marmouche, but Carmona's stumbled into the ball. Skov-Olsen and Chambers. That's actually very well worked. Skov-Olsen in behind here now for Stuttgart. And delivers the ball to the edge of the box where the header comes in. You had enough time to bring that down and volley it, pal. Or even just bring it down and run at me. Someone used a hand. It was them, annoyingly. They've gotten everybody back in defensive position now. And even more annoyingly, I've given the ball away stupidly. Here's Konrad Harder now trying to find a way forward to a teammate who he's found here in Kendry Paz, who finds Harder again, who turned away from goal. And at the minute, the Stuttgart players aren't necessarily making wise decisions, but my passing's not necessarily been any good so far either, so I can't necessarily throw too much shade, can I? I see Samuel Lino in the box, but it's a case of can I find someone to do something. Matthias Süle is left-footed, but he doesn't find the target. I mean, Marmouche is making the run again, but I was going to say, it depends if I can get past the defender. There's your answer. It's yes. But Marmouche can't find the target. Top of the bar and over. Maybe put a little bit too much power on it, or the pressure from the defender behind put him off. Forgive the Premier League ball. I had to manually set it for the RTG save to give me the newest, most recent Premier League ball. And I haven't changed it when switching back to the Journeyman. So in the Bundesliga here we are playing with the Premier League ball at the minute. Let's go back. Chambers. Okay. Chambers still. Dangerous. Batterina blocked and skews thankfully wide of the far post. Making a change. Stuttgart take off Skov-Olsen and bring on the pacey Abada. Oof, that's not where that was supposed to go, but we get away with it, thankfully. El Kanous with room to get into. Oh, speaking of room to get into, Marmouche has the whole half to himself, so if I don't make this 1-0 here, I've really failed. I have. Failure avoided. Marmoush gives us the lead. What was the failure was their defending. Kamara. Just getting there, El Kanous. Marmoush bending away from defenders. Marmoush. Doesn't find the target. It's on his weak side, so I'll let him off. But I should have done better with that. Marmoush could have had a hat-trick in this game by now. We've got one, but they have none, so one will do. At the minute, points are the most important thing. Goal difference is not. Gila still carrying the knock, so might take him off in a moment. Just to try and nullify any longer-term danger. Although he's playing on, so whenever a player goes down hurt like that and then plays on, my brain always goes, oh, that'll be a broken toe then for 3 months. Around the corner, and good save by Petrovic. Oh my god, that was chaos. Thankfully, no goal and equaliser for Stuttgart. Can't keep that in though. We will take the opportunity to take Gila off then. Stiller. And El Ainaoui. Oh, lovely ball round the corner. Keeper's out, can't get there. That's all about the assist and the movement of Konrad Harder. Stuttgart level up with not long left in the game. And it was a very, very good goal. Well, if Marmoush hadn't missed 2 really good opportunities, maybe we might have gotten a victory from this. But at the minute, we look destined for just a point. I'm not playing very well, to be fair, so I can't solely blame Marmoush. I'm not necessarily playing good football right now myself, and to be honest, Abad has just written off the entirety of the right-hand side of my team, and we might even not even end up with a single point here yet. Oh, it's the tame volley in the end. That was the opportunity that they haven't been able to take to win the game. Looking for Marmoush here. And Kostoulis is looking to get him behind. He's got the pace. Has he got the finish? No. Straight at the keeper, unfortunately. If we can win this with Raum, which we should do, we might be able to quickly build up one more chance. But I've given the ball away immediately, so that's not gone well. And Stuttgart might have the chance to win the game at the death. I don't think either side are going to have the opportunity to win the game at the death. It's going to be 1-1 between ourselves and Stuttgart, which is not great. If we could have just buried those chances with Marmoush and put the game safe, then conceding a late equaliser or late goal wouldn't have been an equaliser, and we'd have still got the win. That's not an ideal way to start the day, but fingers crossed it gets better from there. Right, everybody is fully fit and available for the trip to the WWK Arena or the VVK Arena. Augsburg away should be a win, and is by 2-0. Marmoush and Lino with the goals. That's a better continuation of our recent form. At least the unbeaten streak is still going, but it obviously would have been nice not to have drawn in the last one. Fingers crossed that form continues. Yeah, I saw Dortmund got a 5-1 win or something silly, 5-2 win, 5-2-1 win there on that match day. So the gap to the top is still the same. Nürnberg away. We've beaten Nürnberg in Simmers by multiple goals already this season. Leverkusen lost again. Their form is tumbling since we beat them. We're now only 4 points behind them. Tuta continually wants to play, but I'm afraid Gila didn't actually miss a game, so you're not getting the opportunity to the Max Morlock Stadion. It's another win. Sule, Marmoush, and a Marmoush double, in fact. Leverkusen win. Dortmund lose 2-1 to FC Bayern München, so the gap to the top closes to 5 points again. Lovely. Right, St. Pauli at home next, and hopefully we can make that 3 straight wins. And then if I can go and get a great, solid result against Wolfsburg and Dortmund, then we could be right in the mix for the Bundesliga title this season. Matches have been rescheduled now for March. So that says that we've had our next round of the Europa League drawn, and we've been drawn against Montpellier. In fact, it will be the first leg against Montpellier today, rather than the game against Dortmund. So in the next episode, it will be Dortmund, second leg against Montpellier, and Leipzig on Monday. Wolfsburg is our next opponent, though, after we've got the one against St. Pauli, and Montpellier is certainly winnable. I think we have to consider Montpellier as winnable, don't we, if we have ambitions of winning this part of the... It's part of our trophy hunt. Celtic knock Man United out of the Europa League. FC Twente are knocked out by Hoffenheim. Athletic Club de Bilbao scrape past Heerenveen. Sporting out on penalties to Apoel Nicosia. That's a really bad result for them. Montpellier got through against Galatasaray. Villarreal wiped the floor with Bodo Glimt. Shakhtar knock out Genk, and Olympiacos have knocked out Antwerp. And obviously you get the sides that were previously already through to the round of 16. So the playoff is a round of 16, but then you add 8 more teams in. Apple and Nicosia have Arsenal, who are surely favourites for this competition. Arsenal and Napoli, I imagine, are the favourites for this tournament. But we've got to be up there considering ourselves as part of the picture, and we'd certainly love to win that trophy this season. We've not won anything in Europe yet. So far, just a quarter-final with Dundee, and then out in the out in the league phase with Braga, unfortunately. El Canus, Castello, Bruno Guimaraes and Samuel Lino, who scores a lot of goals. They went down to 10 men after half an hour. St. Pauli, which certainly wouldn't have helped. Well, 3 straight victories there. Great. Let's go and beat Wolfsburg as well then, please. Wolfsburg are similar, to be fair, to Stuttgart. Dennis Seaman in goal, Sasha Bowie, David Hansko, Daniel Vivian and Kilinshi Hartman. Rosario Esposito, Yanis Konstantelias alongside Lovro Maya, and then Gustav Saxon, Vladislav Vanat and Luis Diaz up top for them. Luis Diaz, I'm sure, scored against me last time we played Wolfsburg, although that might have been in the RTG, I can't recall. I think it was this save though. Again, away from home, it's not going to be an easy game at the Volkswagen Arena, but fingers crossed we can be better than we were against Stuttgart in terms of overall result, and as good as we were, oh dear, in terms of creativity, and just be a bit more clinical this time. Nice ball, or nice tackle even by Kamara there. And Lino with the turn, and then the pace to get away. Yeah, short to El Canus, looking for Marmouche. Spins well. Omar Marmouche just drifts past the post. I forgot to change the ball again. Sorry. There's Diaz. Nicely laid inside to Konstantelias, and here's Vanat. I thought that might actually have been sneaking in the far post for a moment, but thankfully it goes wide of it. Wolfsburg are going to be, like we say, just as dangerous as Stuttgart were in the last game. I'm hoping to score multiple goals on this occasion. Lino, probably took too long there in making a decision as to what to do with the bloody ball. Lino will go again though, and Lino maybe should have played the pass. No, never mind. Samuel Lino is proving to be quite the goal-filled wide man. I approve. 1-0 Frankfurt. Bruno will just dink that. And El Canus would look to spin away from the midfielder, which he's done very well. Nearly got wiped out. Well, you can't just back away, because El Canus will take flight with his shot and fire us into a second goal lead. That's what we didn't do against Stuttgart. Had we done so, we'd have won that one as well. I think we're going to win this one. It's just, both centre-backs went with Marmouche, and then, in the end, actually ignored Marmouche and the man that was in possession. He was never going to not get that on target from there, El Canus, was he? With the time and space he was afforded, and it's a good finish. I think the keeper might have just got fingertips to it. Stantelias driving through the middle. Gone out wide here to Saxon. Raum is on it. Very much so. Corner for Wolfsburg. Luis Diaz. That's not a bad corner. Keeper's going to come for it though. If I could get this out quickly and then get some support forward to the man over there. Never mind. I won the header, but couldn't aim it very well. Oh, that's a great ball. Oh, it was very nearly excellent. An excellent goal for him. I think that was actually going wide in the end. Couldn't quite sort my feet out quickly enough when getting in the way of the initial through ball to get rid of it properly. The Wolfsburg pressure continues here. Sabat on near post duty. Keeper's up again. Right, this time, can you please head it to a teammate? Thanks. El Canus looking for and finding Matthias Sule, who just gets there ahead of the defender. And this one surely should be 3! Esposito and Lovro Maya. That's a nice turn by Konstantelias and a nice idea for the through ball, but not so well executed. 10 minutes to go. We've not really had much in the second half in terms of creativity, but Wolfsburg haven't really offered much in either half in terms of creativity, really. It's been pretty straightforward for us, this one, which is a surprise given how the Stuttgart game wasn't, and they have a similar level of team. They are missing the occasional higher-rated forward player. Stuttgart had Konrad Harder. They're kind of stuck at 83 with their wide men and front man here at Wolfsburg. And Esposito is only 78 rated, which is probably why that one went as poorly as it did for him. 3 minutes to go. It's going to be 3 goals and 3 points for the away side. And game. Danke für die 3 Punkt. Wolfsburg. Appreciate it. Ta very much. Right. Operation Win the Europa League is now back underway. No sign of Dortmund or Leverkusen there, unfortunately. So we shall just plough on and now travel away from home in France to the side that my brain tells me Olivier Giroud won Ligue 1 with in like 2012. Montpellier apparently playing in our RTG stadium at Bradford. They're not great, but they're probably good enough to have gotten to this stage of the competition. Andre Gomez in goal. Asai, Samuel, Sazonov, Sonia, Kuyate and Sanlucha, or Teo we'll call him. At left back in their 5-back formation. Christian Ordonez at CDM or centre mid alongside Anthony Beaumont. And then Nico Malamad, Kevin Kelsey and Akor Adams up top for them. On the bench, they don't really have much. Dango Ouattara is there, but obviously doesn't fit the formation they're playing. And they have an 85 rated Min Hyuk Yang, who doesn't suit the formation they're playing. It's just a shame, really, that clubs buy players in positions that don't fit their formation, which is literally pointless. Regardless, we should be able to, with a heavily but not fully rotated 11, get a decent first leg result here and leave ourselves in a position where our best players are fit, ready and available for the big game against Dortmund in the Bundesliga. That's a great save, though, to start by their goalkeeper. I thought we were just going to walk into a 1-0 lead. We absolutely did not. Nicely forward. Just able to get himself back on side there. Costulas. Good, thanks for the extra touch. Good header by Tuta. Hoyland quickly forward. El Canus, don't back off him! Obviously didn't watch the Wolfsburg game, did they? Nice ball into Amor, around the corner well, and Kelsey forces a save out of Petrovic. Alright. That's a warning to not switch off and to pay attention. El Canus. Forward well. Stulas. El Canus, give and go, give and go, give and go. Decent pace, decent finishing stat. Wide of the target though. Last action of the first half. It's 0-0 so far here away from home in France. It's not been as... well, it's not been straightforward in terms of we've been able to build well enough. I just haven't taken the chances we have created, of which we've done twice as many times as Montpellier. Kelsey. Oh, nowhere near it. Ooh, good effort. First time. Keeper scrambles across to it, but does make it there to make the save. Melamed take the corner short, one presumes, and does indeed. Beaumont back to him. And Beaumont again. Sazonov. Melamed. Ordonez. I was about to say, that looks safe. It was anything but goal kick in the end as Adams heads wide, but that was nervier than it need be. I might actually bring on Lucas and Mesha here. Because Costulas, I've not really clicked with. I'm going to move him out wide, though, rather than take him off entirely. And a Mesha can come on through the middle. Get there. Well, it's a little bit fortunate, but Lucas Amesha's in and on. And I don't envisage him missing that opportunity. A 1-goal first leg lead, thanks to the man that's come off the bench. Nice challenge. Hoyland's decent in the midfield, I have to be honest. El Canus looking through the middle for a Mesha, who immediately does it again. Okay, maybe I didn't need to sign another striker because Lucas Mesha is just pretty bloody good. A little bit late with the offside step there, as you could tell. A split second earlier, and they would have gotten it right. They didn't, and 2 goals in 4 minutes since coming on. And first leg done and dusted, maybe. Tie done and dusted. Costulas looking to thread through, and Mesha, who's in on a hat-trick now, shrugs off the defender and has his hat-trick. Many of them even need to buy Omar Marmouche. Lucas Messer's the man. Although Montpellier aren't that great. Very. Oh, that's annoying. Wonderful. Montpellier have a goal back. Maybe it's not quite as over as we hoped it was. Although they had to get lucky there. I wasn't properly paying attention. And they've punished me for it. Too busy checking attack positioning on my two strikers. Nico Melamed. Adams. Right, okay. When did this become Inter Milan Barcelona then? 3-2. Kelsey. Gave it a go from distance. Had a teammate available. He's given it a go from distance. Had teammates available. Well, I was hoping we were going to be able to sim the second leg. And now all of a sudden, I'm absolutely going to have to play it. Because I can't risk this, can I? They might even make it 3-3. Osei Samuel at the back post. Bloody Nora. If I can get myself a 2-goal... Oh, I've overrun that. If I get myself a 2-goal lead again by the end of the game, then maybe we could consider simming the second leg. But at the minute, it is looking more likely of being 3-3. And it very nearly was 3-3 than it is being 4-2. How many minutes added on? They've taken Bright Side Samuel off here. El Canoes getting forward. And Messi is making the run. Run for me then. That's what I mean. That's the guy we were comparing with. Costulas just doesn't have the attacking movement that Enmesha does. I will default to Enmesha as my backup striker, and Costulas will be the third man we go to. Hat-trick Lucas, but we've bottled a 3-0 lead there. So as we get to the game against Dortmund, the league table looks like this. We are 5 points off top. Leverkusen have lost again. They've now lost 3. And we could close the gap to just 2 points if we can beat Dortmund. If we lose to Dortmund, the gap's 8 points again with 9 games to go. And it might be title run over. But avoid defeat at the very least against Dortmund at the beginning of the next episode. And we are in with a shout of a Bundesliga title this season. I'm really annoyed at myself for letting go of that 3-0 lead against Montpellier, because it's just made things a little bit more awkward, a little bit more worrisome than they needed to be. But it is what it is. We still got the win, and all we can do is just try and be better next time out, or at least as good as we were, and not fluff it this time. So it will be Dortmund, Montpellier, and Leipzig in the next episode. We might get as far as simming Heidenheim as well. I'll probably end up playing Mönchengladbach, I would imagine. Well, so far so good, technically. Although the draw against Stuttgart, the only blot on the paper today. If we'd have won that one, we could even maybe have considered going joint top with a win against Dortmund. Regardless, that one is not going to be worth missing. So join me for it on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Drop this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. And I'll see you next time out.